All right, so welcome. Sorry that we are late. I think we will try to maximize the time. The 30 minutes we have, we are going to cover what we're supposed to cover today. Combined with the last 30 minutes, then it should make up an hour. So we were on renaming the variables where I was saying, you want to know because it is just recorded education as 0, 1, 2, 3. But from your questionnaire, you know, 0 means none, 1 means primary, 2 secondary, and 3 tertiary. So once you run this, if you go and check now your data set, it has education level. And then we lastly do the household as well. So we will do the renaming on the household. First of all, we need to table and see what are the values in the household head. So table, are you household head? Wash 2 household head. And then here we see 0 and we see 0, 1, and 2. But we think 2 was just a typo. Perhaps 2 meant it's either you are a household, yes, I mean you are head of the household, yes, or you are not the head of the household. So in this context, maybe 2 was a typo. We will need just to reassign 2 to a particular yes for example. So which means in this context, we are going to do the same like where we did up. So I'll just copy one of these. That's the beauty of R. You just copy one of that chunk. I push it here, and then I will need just to change here, say household, and here household, sorry, not JJ, household head. If it's 0, then this one is, no, I'm not a household head. Copy this and push it down. If it's 1, and say, yes, I'm the household head. And we said that there were typo as well for 2. So for 2 as well, if you see anything that is 2, it was just a typo. It was supposed to say yes. So I will run this one, the whole of this chunk. And once I run my command now, checking on my table whether, so pick this one and then household head. If I do that, I find yes now to be 386, no to be 150. Interesting. Now we want to create a group. All right, our age is just numbers like 1 up, I mean, from 16 up to 60. But we want to create some chunks to say, okay, let's group this age. Those that are from 16 to 30, and those that are 30 to 45, then those that are 45 plus. So there are 2 ways we can do this. The first way is to use if statements, or the second way is to use mutate. Mutate is a short form of saying create new variable. So we want to create a new variable called age categories, or age cat means like you are categorizing to say, okay, those that are between this age group should be in this, those that are in this range age group should be with this. So how do we do that? Okay, but remember, we always keep our data set. So I will create a new data set. Why I'm creating a new data set is I want just to make sure that I don't tamper much with my data set, such that if I happen to like do some mistakes, I should always go back to my original data set. So this data set, I want to just create a new variable. Okay. Now look here, I want a new variable, a new data set called wash3, where I'm creating a variable is from the data set wash2. And then I want to create a variable called age category. So I'll say, okay, I will start if now. If we check age, checking the whole of age, if you see someone who is 15 to 30, then group all of them into a one group, which is category 15 to 30. And if you find someone who is 31 through 45, put or group them together. Similarly, those that are 46 plus, group them together. So I'll say if else, then if else, what do you get? If you check age and you find that age is, so you put percentage, percent in percent. That means from 15 to 30, that's percent in percent. So if age is from 15, that's the language we can use. Age is from 15 to 30. Then group them to have a category called 15 to 30. Or else, if else like that, but I usually put them together. So I will like remove this space and put it here so that it is well written such that someone can read properly. So if age again is from 31 to 45, then group these guys to be 31 to 45. Or else what do you do? So these are the three, we have three categories. So in the first place, age is 15 to 30, give it 15 to 30. Else, if it's 31 to 45, give it 31 to 45. Remember last time I said when you do 1 with a colon to 10 and then run that one, it will generate numbers like 1 up to 10. So similarly here, there is 15 colon 30. It seems that check anyone who is between 15 to 30. And then similarly check anyone that is 31 through 45. And then else, or else, sorry, it should be on top here in the script, in our script. Else, then get anyone else who is remaining. That person should be above 46 plus. So if you run this, it will create a new variable here, a new data set called wash3, and it will have now 7 variables. We had 6, we have 7. We have added 1 variable using mutate. So that's why we have, let's check that. I'll click in here. So if you see, this person was 60 years old. That's why he's in age category of 46 plus. This person was 39. This one was 39. That's why he's in category of 31 to 45. Okay. And this person was 19 years old. This male was 19 years old. That's why he's in category of 15 through 30. So this is how we create mutate. Like you can use mutate to create a variable. You can also use mutate to do a lot of other, create a lot of other variables, not only using if else. I think in our subsequent lessons as we'll be running through, we'll try to apply all of these in different sorts of how we can create the variables, the new variables. After creating the new variables, I can table that new variable. So wash3 table, it's what? Age category. If I get that, then I know 223 people were between 15 to 30 years old. 208 people were between 31 to 45 years old. And 46 people were above, 105 people were above 46, inclusive 46, that is, years of age. And then I want you to give like a gist of, now, let's try to use the most famous package which is inside the TDFS, but this package is called ggplot. When you were calling the package called TDFS, so when you did library TDFS, there was this attaching message. So among this, there is a package, first one, which is called ggplot. So ggplot is a package that is mostly used for producing sophisticated graphs, more beautiful graphs. So I want to demonstrate one bar graph using a ggplot. And we will see how we can use bar graphs, pie charts, line charts, or whatever name of a chart you might think of. ggplot handles most of the charts, even the ones that we don't use mostly, but ggplot handles a lot of charts. So I will start by building the ggplot, like a small chart, then we will be adding parameters on it to make it more beautiful. So I want to see like the distribution of education by sex. In this context, it means that I have a side-by-side bar chart because it's a distribution of something by something. So I can possibly start with a table. So if, for example, if I table this one, then I say wash 3, and then I get education, then wash 3 again, then I get what? 6, like that. So if I do this, it will give me like a cross tabulation. So here I would say out of all females, 62 of them did not go to school. 235 attended primary level, 85 secondary level, and 1 tertiary level. Similarly, out of males, 25 did not go to did not attend any education, 89 attended primary, 35 attended secondary, and 1 attended tertiary. Now, I want to present this information in terms of a graph. So I will start with ggplot. So it will come ggplot, and then I need to tell data, like from which data set I'm going to use. So I'll say, okay, use the data code set wash 3. And then here I'll put ES. So this is called aesthetic. It's a mapping. It's like, how do you want the graph to look like? So I'll say, okay, I pick that. Then I'll say fill in sex. And then I'll say the X variable should be education, which is age in this context. And then what sort of graph do I need to produce? So there is a bar graph, there is a line graph. So the way ggplot was built was more of the geometric. So you run more of geom bar, means it produces a bar graph. It's a geometry, but produces a bar graph. That's geom bar, geom his, geom line, geom what, and so you get a lot of geom. So if I just type GOM, you have a lot of them. So I'll choose geom bar because I need a bar graph. And then I'll say position. Here I want it to be what? A stacked bar graph. I'll just put stack. If I want to a stacked bar graph, I'll put stack like that. So like this, then I'll run this one. And then you get your beautiful graph over the side. If I don't want it to be a stacked graph, a stacked means one on top of the other. As you can see here, the first one, the green one is males, and then the top one is female. If I don't want, I want them to be side by side, we call it dodged. So, or dodge, that is. So if you do that, you find your graph will change, it will be side by side. Yeah, but a good graph has always a title. So this one does not have a title. And so I'll add again, I'll add, then I'll say GG title, then the GG title comes. Then I'll say this one is distribution of respondents level of education by sex or gender, whatever you name it. So if I run this one again, now I will need the title to come on top. But the lower part is just edu. No one would tell what edu means. I need to change. As you can see here, it's okay. I can click on zoom here. If I click on zoom, you get it in a bigger way. So if you here, it's just written edu. So edu, I mean, if you send it to someone, okay, perhaps we will tell because they responded level education on top. But we need to rename this edu. So you say, okay, add, what am I going to add now? So I need to add the X label. And X label should be what? So the X label should be highest level of education. So if I get that and I learn it, I have now highest level of education. And yeah, we can zoom it again. So if you zoom it, wow. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so we have that. And well, no one can tell here that it's 50 watt. I don't know. It's 50 watt here. Yeah, and here it's what? Is it 25 or 22? And so what if we can just add numbers on top of this so that we just tell, oh, it's 52. So I will say this is a bit tricky, but it shouldn't be that much. I will be explaining, maybe in the first phase it will look more, like more difficult. But as we go, we keep on we keep on using ggplot to understand it. So this one will be geom text. And here I will need to get an aesthetic as well. So geom text. Aesthetic, I get that one. And then I'll say label. As I said, maybe this one might look a little bit confusing, but as we go, I think it will be clear. So I'll say label equal to count. So I want some labels top here to be some counts. But how do I get those counts? So those counts are coming from a start code equal to count, meaning to say, I say, hey, check our statistics from the data. What are they called? These are called counts. So you need to put those counts. And then try to learn it and see what will happen. And here it's complaining. So if you do that, nothing happens. Why? Because we still have to light on. I think I had just to put a comma here, but it's still going on. So because I haven't closed the first bracket from the text here. So text, that one closes here, but it was not supposed to be here. And so this one is supposed to be at the end. At the end. Okay, but it is still, what will happen now? Now it will run, but nothing pops up. Okay, and then we need to tell it like the positioning of those numbers, where will it be? So if you see from the graph, the graph here, the numbers are at the corner. So it has added the numbers, but the numbers are at the corner, too confusing. We need to put them at the center. So how do we put them at the center? And our time is going up as well. Yeah, we have to put it at the corner, and our time is also running short. We are running short of time, but let me just plug. My computer is also about to die. Let me just plug in.
Are you there?
Sorry. So yeah. So I said I have to centralize it because it's not on the central part. What do? I need to add the position here. So if I do, I click on count here, and then I add position. So position, it would be position underscore. This is a Dodge one. If it was position underscore Dodge. So I'll say, okay, put it at 0.9. That means like put it at the top, but it should be at the center. So make a vertical adjustment. All right, so vertical adjustment equal to, for example, -2. Sorry, I had some technical problems. If I do that, I think now it's at the center. Now you would say, wow, how do we do all of this? At once. But this is why you are here. We have to learn together on how we can do this and move forward. Any questions? All right. So this is, I would say, what I prepared today, apart from one last thing. So one last thing is, we want to know the summary statistics for male separately for female. So we need to know the summary statistics, for example, age. What is the mean age in males and what is the mean age in females? So first of all, we will need to group. So I will get to wash 3, and then I will use this pipe. And this pipe will be used much in more of our lessons. It's like you are saying, okay, learn the following on, it's like learn the following command after this, or maybe before this. So I would say in this particular data set, what do I need to do? I need first of all to group by sex. Once I group by sex, then I need to do what? I need to summarize my data set. First of all, I summarized by county. So I need to know how many. And then I need to get the mean. Mean what? Age. And after getting the mean, I need to get maybe standard deviation, or I need to get the minimum age in each of the category and the like. And we can do this and the like and the like. So if I try to learn this one, then it will give me here. Females, they were 386. The mean age is 33. The minimum was 16. That's the minimum age. Male were 150. Mean was 39.3. And the minimum was 17. I haven't used the CAPE one. I told you to like put install two packages. So the cable extra is meant for formatting the tables. So I can just assign the very same, this one to maybe, yeah. Okay, the message about 10 minutes is up. Okay, yeah. So I can just assign this one to something. Like I will assign to maybe whatever name you like. I will assign it to maybe just KKK like that. And so I have to use the cable one. So I will just say, okay, KKK like that. Then I will introduce cable. So if I use the cable, and then we want just to see what does that that package do. So cable here, I want to get cable styling. So I will get cable styling like that. So if I run this one, the top part, and then I run this one, you will see that now the table appears now in my output here like a chart, like the way it was before for the chart one. So a cable, mostly the package for cable will just ensure that your table is formatted where nothing else. If you like, you can use it. If you don't like, I think it's still okay, so long you get the results in here. But the most important take-home message for you today, I know the ggplot has been like something that we need to break down more, but that's what I wanted you just to understand on how we can plot a good graph using a ggplot, like the one you are seeing on the screen now. I think for today, let's stop it here. I'll share a good book by the famous person in this 21st century, especially in developing R. The guy is from, I think he's from Australia, but he works at R Studio as a chief data scientist. His name is Hardy Wickingham, but he has written a very good book. So I'll share, it's online, you can access it anytime. And I believe that if you use that book, match to your knowledge, I think you'll even surpass what I usually do. I think it's one of a very good book. One thing I want just also to be clear is that you can use many ways to come up with the code. For example, on this mutate, okay, I can, last one, this is the very, very last one. I can just say, okay, I will get it edge category. So edge category, then I will start with if else. It will do the same process as I was doing. So if edge is less than or equal to, no, not less than rather, but greater than or equal to 15, and edge is less than or equal to 30, then give this one 15 to 30. Else, if else, edge is greater than or equal to 31, and edge is less than or equal to 45. This one, give it 31 to 45. Okay. And if else, the last if else, edge is greater than or equal to 46, then give this one 46 plus, or else do nothing. So this kind of chunk will generate the same as this kind of chunk down here. All of them will generate the same thing. So if I run this one, for example, I run this one, it's complaining, and that's part of the game. If it's complaining, then no, it says that edge is not found. So the mistake here is there is no data set. Now, what do we need to do? We need to put our data set WASH2. So I'll pick WASH2 and I'll put it here. Errors are part of, of programming. So I'll put it here and then put a $sign. So it should be edge from WASH2. So I'll just copy this one and then replace it here, 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 and lastly, here. And then now if I run this one, it should work. And therefore, I need to put wash, okay, wash3, the one that I created, I put $sign, I put edge category, but I'll put 2 because we have already created similar edge category, and I will assign to this edge category. So I'm taking this one, is the same here. I am just adding this one to a data set, which is wash3, but in wash3, I'm naming it as edge category. So if I run this one, it's complaining as well. So, okay, if it's complaining, then put it wash2 because it was generated from wash2 rather. So, wow, it's still complaining. And what do? I learn the very same from top. Maybe it's confusing something. So I run from top, I go to all of these we did, up to here, up to here, up to here. So let's see, what's the problem here? It says warning messages, but okay, let's see. Unknown on uninitialized column code H2. But it was working before. So maybe we can pick it up next time. But it was really working before. So wash to edge. All right, let's pick this one too as well. Yeah, still giving challenges. I don't know why. But that's all for today. Unless otherwise, it will not even allow us to ask questions because the time is up. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone for taking your time. See you next time, Monday. I'll share everything that I've done here, even the video that has been recorded will be shared on the Dropbox. I'll also put this script there. So bye, enjoy your next Monday as we are starting work tomorrow. I know some are working from home, some we are still going to work, and some are doing school. All the best, and see you Sunday, same time. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
I'm always available for questions, and feel free, reach out. I will come back to you.